average day when we're driving in our cars, walking down the street, running our errands, being at work, and yet we come home and we feel totally alone and disengaged and disconnected. But if we take these little moments to interact with people, then we really can create something more, more thriving in a sense of looking out for one another, not feeling so alone, and paying attention to when we need to stand up for somebody and paying attention to what's going on around us.
Let's talk about standing up for somebody in that moment. So there's something that sparked in your mind when you said that.
I always think, we have these big, huge tragedies that happen all over the country and all over the world, and people question, why did the Boston Marathon bombings happen? Why did Sandy Hook happen? Why did all these things happen? I go back to what it is about community that says, if we really know one another, and if we really are looking out for one another, and if I really treat everyone in this world as my brothers and my sisters, then how much more am I likely to alert the police if I see something suspicious, or stand up for someone when I see someone getting bullied or harassed, or how much more likely am I to call out somebody who's doing something that maybe seems a little sketchy, and to say to them, do you need help? Can I be of help to you? Do you want me to take you somewhere or something? And to just have really good awareness about what's happening around you, instead of being, in our own little worlds and our own bubbles and not wanting to get in anybody else's business. There was this woman who overheard a phone conversation accidentally where it sounded like the woman on the other end was on the verge of suicide. And she was like, oh my gosh, I just heard somebody's really important business. And so she hung up the phone and did nothing. And I said to her, I'm like, this was an opportunity for you to do something. She's like, well, I didn't want to get involved in someone else's business. And I'm like, but that's where we make this huge mistake, where it's not about getting involved in someone's business. It's really about being full of connection and compassion and supporting one another.